Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful framework for making real, lasting change in your life. And this isn't just about setting another goal, it's about rewiring the very forces that drive you. And it's all based on some core insights from Tony Robbins. All right, so let's kick things off with a problem that I think every single one of us has run into. It's that super frustrating gap between knowing exactly what you're supposed to do and actually, doing it. I mean, think about it. You know you should probably eat healthier, or get to the gym, or maybe finally get that business idea off the ground. The information is everywhere. It's not like the plan to get in shape is some big secret. So why is it that even when we have the perfect how-to manual, we just don't act on it? Well, the answer, believe it or not, is actually pretty simple. It's not about your talent or that you're missing some piece of information. The reason most change just doesn't stick is that we are starting in completely the wrong place. We jump straight to the strategy, the plan. And honestly, that's why it almost never works. So, if strategy isn't the first step, then what is? Okay, let's dive into the solution. It's a simple three-part formula that just puts everything in the right order. Instead of starting with the how, we're going to start with the who and the why. Okay, so here's the sequence. It's state, then story, and only then strategy. Think about it. First, you need the right fuel. That's your mental and emotional state. Second, you need an empowering belief system. That's your story. And only when those first two things are aligned does any strategy, any how-to plan, even stand a chance of working. Let's really dig into this, starting with the absolute foundation for any action you ever take, your state. This is all about the energy you bring to the table, and honestly, without it, nothing else is going to happen. Just think about it for a second. You could have the world's greatest plan to build a business, but if you're feeling totally drained, stressed out, and completely uninspired, are you actually going to do it? Of course not. Your state is the engine. The strategy is just the map. You need fuel in the tank before you can go anywhere. So how do we get that fuel, right? How do we manage our state? Well, there are basically two kinds of motivation. The first is push motivation. That's just pure willpower. And yeah, it's powerful for a bit, but it's like a battery that eventually runs out. But then there's pull motivation. This comes from a purpose that's so big, so exciting, it literally pulls you forward. It's when you're serving something bigger than just yourself. And that energy source, it's pretty much limitless. And this quote just nails it. It's not about what you're capable of. It's always about how strong your reasons are. If you've got weak reasons, you'll get weak results. But if you have a powerful, compelling why, you can figure out how to do almost anything. That's pull motivation. Okay, now we're getting to what might just be the most critical piece of this whole puzzle, your story. This is the invisible force that is truly running the show in your life, whether you know it or not. So what is a story? It's that voice in your head, right? The narrative that's running on a loop. It's the belief system that creates your reality. So if your story is, oh, I've tried everything to lose weight and nothing ever works for me, well, guess what? That belief is going to sabotage every single diet plan you ever try. The story is the real roadblock. And there's this incredible story that shows just how powerful this is. Picture this. It's Thanksgiving, and a young Tony Robbins family is really struggling. They don't have any food for a holiday meal. And then, a total stranger knocks on the door and delivers a full Thanksgiving dinner. Now, for his father, this felt like proof that he was a failure. That was the meaning he gave it. But Tony, he chose a totally different meaning. He decided the event meant strangers care about my family. That one simple shift created a brand new story inside him. If strangers care about us, then I have to care about strangers. That new belief drove him to feed 2 families when he was just 17 years old. And that action eventually grew into a global mission. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that we have the power to choose the meaning. We can take our most painful days, our worst moments, and assign them a meaning that actually empowers us. By changing what we focus on, we can write a new story that pulls us forward instead of one that holds us back. And all of this, the state, the story, it all leads to the real endgame. Because once those are aligned, the true goal isn't just about achieving more stuff. It's about building a life that feels deeply and truly fulfilling. See, once you've got your energy right and your belief system is firing on all cylinders, the how-to part, that's the easy bit. The right plan, the right strategy, it almost seems to just show up. And you finally have the internal drive to actually see it through. But just hitting the goal isn't enough, is it? We've all seen people who are incredibly successful on the outside, but are miserable on the inside. And that's because achievement is a science, but fulfillment?
That's an art. You see, fulfillment isn't something you can just check off a list. It's a feeling. It's personal. And that feeling really comes down to two key ingredients. Number one, you have to be constantly growing. And number two, you have to be contributing to something that's bigger than just you. And what happens is this amazing upward spiral kicks in. See, everything in life is either growing or it's dying. There's no standing still. So when we choose to grow, we just have more to give. And when we give and we contribute, our lives feel meaningful. And that sense of meaning, that fulfillment, just makes us want to grow even more. It's a beautiful cycle. So, I want to leave you with this one question. Forget about the strategy, the how-to for just a minute. Look a little deeper. What is the one limiting story you've been telling yourself? The one that's been holding you back? Because changing that story, that's the real first step to creating the life you truly want.